Tonight, on Staying Elsewhere.
What happened to these guys?
Street fight. Some Patties jumped us.
I love urban living.
Hi, boys. I'm Dee.
She came through this door, tossed these flowers at me, and then whammo.
Hi there.
I know better than anyone what's going on inside my body. Please have the decency to pay me that respect.
You got beat up by some Negroes.
You have every right to be angry.
A liver specialist should know better. Hi, Ellen.
She did it again.
The flasher?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There are laws to protect the innocent, Chandler. I'm thinking of getting myself a lawyer.
You can't afford a lawyer, Fiskus.
They've got law firms listed in the yellow pages that you don't have to pay a dime unless they take the case. Even then, you don't pay them anything unless they win and you collect. Sort of an incentive to sue your neighbor. Or landlord, as the case may be.
Did the landlord tell you he was going to sell the house?
I guess he did.
When?
I don't know, a while ago.
Recently?
What is this, the Inquisition? All right, 6 months ago, but just because he owns the building, that doesn't give him the right, the moral right to disrupt my life in this totally selfish, mercenary, and cavalier fashion.
When do you have to move?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Well, who reads those notices? I thought he was bluffing, you know, some excuse to jack up the rent. You got an extra bed?
No, I'm sorry. I sleep on a Murphy as it is. Here, take a look in here. Maybe you can find something. I got my car out of here.
You got a new car?
Yeah, 72 Buick station wagon. Drives like a boat.
Can I sleep in the back?
Fiskus, put on your apron. You got a customer.
Clients, Daniels. Butchers have customers. Physicians have clients.
That's what I mean.
Okay, what do we got?
My brother.
Where's it hurt? Oh. Get the gurney. Can you move your arms?
Hey!
I gotta examine him. Help me get him up.
You gotta do something for him right away.
Open your
eyes.
eyes. And your other eye? Okay, your mouth. Open your mouth.
You gotta jam that stick in his mouth
Like his tooth is broken. I don't know if the blood's coming from there or what. Okay, help me get him on the gurney. What happened?
You got jumped by a couple niggers.
Okay, Daniels, get x-rays, chest, abdomen, cervical, lumbar, spine.
And a facial series?
The works. Looks like his nose and some ribs are broken. God knows what else. I want to find out where the bleeding in his mouth is coming from.
Right.
You know the guys who jumped him?
No, but I'm gonna find out.
Okay, just have a seat. We'll be with you in a minute.
Dr. Gonzalez, 4619.
more, sir. No, I think I better quit while I'm still ahead and you're still alive. Precisely.
Thanks a lot.
Best not do too much at first.
At my advanced age, I mean.
Well,
Why couldn't you be a little more patronizing on the course, Daniel? Drop a point or two now and then just so it wouldn't look so darn easy for you.
I have too much respect for you, Doctor. Besides, I hate to lose.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm a bad loser, always have been. Makes me cranky and sour. On the other hand, I'm a wonderful winner. Gracious, compassionate.
You don't gloat.
Did I buy you a hearty breakfast?
Good idea.
I need something to confront the young ones this morning. I'm supervising a lecture Dr. Cavanero is giving to the first-year residents. Well, now, Donald, we'll have to play again soon, but not too soon.
As soon as I brush up on my strokes.
Well, just a little.
You say, Annie?
Hi, Ben.
What's up? Dear John letter?
No. Dr. Oshlander wants to recommend me for a Woodhouse Fellowship.
Hey, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Thing is, I thought that the Woodhouse Fellowships were part of the Old Boy Network.
Apparently, they've been under a lot of pressure to bring in an old girl or two.
Well, I think you'd make a fine old girl.
Thanks a lot.
Look, it's one of the top fellowships in the country. You know what? I bet probably they'll put you on the cover of Ms. Magazine. You have every ambitious, energetic young schoolgirl in the country wishing they were you. I see it now, you know? Annie Cavanero. Role model.
Role model, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, that comes right before elder statesman, doesn't it?
Just before. Dr. Morrison?
Patient Margaret DeBrew, please return to your room.
Kevin O'Connor. I'm Dr. Morrison. I'm going to be taking care of you. Would you open your eyes and look straight ahead for me? How do you sleep?
Not so well. Every time I cough, tears get in my eyes.
You got 3 cracked ribs, a broken nose, and your kidneys are taking a real beating. You got jumped?
No kid. One guy used a baseball bat. I could have handled them. They just used their fists. I got blood in my pee.
You take a deep breath. Let it out. The blood's from your damaged kidneys. Not working too well just now. I'm going to take some more x-rays. Keep you on intravenous fluids and antibiotics. See if the bleeding from your kidney stops.
What if it doesn't?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Hurts like hell.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to run a few tests before I can do anything about that. See you later.
Thanks.
There's nothing out there. I saw a place for $600 a month. 1 room and a hot plate. How do people live?
Month to month.
I don't see it, Mr. Strata.
It flew right in. I can feel it buzzing around like a big furry ball.
I don't see anything in there.
Well, I do and it hurts. Oh.
But there's no swelling, okay?
It's stung me, I'm telling you. Don't you understand? You can feel it still buzzing around in there.
Okay, but I don't see any bee sting, and even if you did swallow it, there's nothing we can do about it right now.
Look, I'm telling you it hurts, don't you understand?
Easy. Take it easy, Mr. Stratos, okay?
I can feel it in there. Now, right now.
Hey, come on! Hey! What are you, nuts?
I got it. Let go of me. Hey, you don't understand.
Get him.
I was the doctor.
You okay, Victor?
Oh, great. The bastard broke my glasses.
See, your eye looks okay. Guy drunk?
Yeah, he's got the DTs, too. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I really owe you one.
Oh, no problem.
God.
So what you've got to look for in diagnosing common bile duct stones are any kinds of obstructions by tumors of the gallbladder, bile duct, or head of the pancreas. Dr. Oshlander, is there anything you'd like to add?
No? No, I think you've covered everything. We'll see all of you at 2:30 in 5 East.
Okay? Thanks for your attention.
Nice job.
Thanks. Dr. Oshlander, I was wondering if... Are you all right?
Yeah. I must have pulled something this morning playing tennis with Dr. Westfall. What can I do for you?
It's about the Woodhouse Fellowship.
Ah, yes. You could be the first woman to receive it.
I know.
Not to mention 2 years with the top research men of the country.
I'm not sure if I want it.
Why not, Annie?
Well, I don't know if I can continue this kind of total involvement in my work for that long.
If you were not the right doctor, I would not have recommended you.
I just don't know if I want to spend that much time in research. It's nice to have a little body contact. I was under the impression that as I got older, it would get easier. Instead, I'm discovering that decision-making becomes more difficult.
How true.
Would I disappoint you?
No, I think you have a legitimate concern. But I also think life is too short to live it for anyone other than yourself.
That sounds funny coming from you.
Whatever I've done has given me great pleasure. Otherwise, I would not have done it. If it happened to help others, so much the better. But I never compromise my personal goals. So if you want to be the Betty Friedan of modern medicine, more power to you. If on the other hand you want marriage, children, the whole catastrophe, then I say to hell with what anybody else thinks.
Why can't I meet a man like you?
You want an antique?
A classic.
Annie, do you play tennis?
No.
Pity.
About half an hour.
I told her that's too late. Dr. Costello to intensive care. Dr. Costello to intensive care.
Oh!
He's coming. Father Sturm, this is Dr. Westfall.
How do you do? How do you do?
I understand you had a caller.
That's an understatement. I've been a priest for over 20 years, and I've been in this hospital at least 6 times before. But I have never seen anything quite like this.
Do you mind telling me what happened?
Well, I was lying here in bed, looking up at the ceiling, thinking about my operation. Tomorrow I'm supposed to have an operation on my prostate. And this lady, about 50, she came through this door, tossed these flowers at me, and then... whammo.
She exposed herself.
Naked as the virgin snow. Except for one of these thin gold chains, the kind you wear on your wrist or neck. She wore hers on her hips.
A waist bracelet? My daughter wanted to get one of those.
Did she say anything?
No. but she had a nice smile.
Any distinguishing marks?
Well, let's see. She had a mole near her navel, a small appendix scar, and her hair was brown.
Is that it?
Well, it happened so quickly.
Well, Father, I apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused you, and it's not going to happen again. Check upstairs with Beale, will you, and see if anyone's missing from sight.
Okay.
And call security.
I already did.
Okay, see you after lunch.
Okay.
Well, if you want to talk tennis, you gotta talk Big Bill Tilden. I mean, the man was untouchable on the court.
I don't know. I think Rod Laver could have taken a game or two from him. Oh. I saw a photograph once of Laver's wrists. His left wrist must have been twice the size of his right.
Probably calcium deposits. Will become arthritic and the muscles will atrophy.
That big breakfast of toast and coffee got to you, didn't it?
I'm afraid my appetite's gone away my backhand, downhill. You know, the great plays of the past were superb by the standards of that day. But I'm afraid that due to technological advancement and equipment and better conditioning, I think the top players of this generation had taken.
Well, that's one man's opinion.
Here's one. Listen to this. One bedroom, no pets, kids, water beds, or students. Isn't that illegal?
Probably.
2 months' rent, security deposit, and personal interview required.
Hire somebody to go in your place.
All this for the disgustingly high price of $5.50 a month.
Well, that's a seller's market.
$5.50 a month. I sleep in a body drawer before I'd pay that. How the hell do you guys do it? Don't answer that, Don Juan. We all know you're shacking up with Sandy Burns.
Not anymore.
Oh, what happened? I thought you were making her chirp.
She was starting to cling, so I cut it loose.
And so you ended it?
Yeah,
Just like that?
just like that.
So you're back at Jack Morrison's?
No, I'm staying with Jill Roberts right now.
That young girl in neuro? Peter, she's barely out of nursing school.
He's working his way through the building. Maybe I should ask Jack if I could live at his house.
No. Nina Morrison's had all she can take of house guests for a while.
Hey, Wendy, you got a couch?
No.
A rug?
No.
How about a floor? Do you have one of those?
Viscous.
What's going on? This is my brother, Mike.
How you doing, Mike? We're still trying to determine the extent of his injuries. Oh, that hurts?
More than the other side?
Yep.
How about here?
That's not as bad.
Phil?
You got beat up by some Negroes. $9:15 at night, the wise guy's out for a walk.
There's no abdominal rebound tenderness or masses. Bowel sounds are active.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, take it easy. You're hurting him.
He's got bilateral CVA tenderness.
His lungs are clear, and his chest X-ray doesn't show a pneumothorax. So what do you think?
Well, I'd like to do a CAT scan, but since we don't have one, I suggest RTG and run it by Westfall.
So when can he come home?
Your brother's gonna be in here for a while.
What does that mean for a while?
We don't know the answer to that yet.
We don't have any health insurance.
That's not our problem. The hospital collects the bills.
They're gonna be waiting a long time. My old man hasn't worked since June.
We'll arrange something with social services. Hang in there, Kevin.
I'm gonna have the nurse bring you down something for your pain. In the meantime, lie still. 'Cause the more you move, the more it's gonna hurt.
Trust me, Doc, I'm not moving.
Hey, Doc. I don't want that Spade putting his hands on my brother again.
Hey, look, I don't want to hear that kind of talk. Dr. Chandler is as qualified as I am.
Well, then you must not be very good.
Mike.
I want you to understand something. It was a couple of his kind that put Kevin in here. And you let your buddy boy work on them. 'Cause just like he's lying in here, they're gonna be lying in here.
Dr. Tyler, emergency room 1215. Dr. Tyler.
Hey, Victor. I've been looking all over for you.
What, is there another Ehrlich working in this hospital?
Not that I know of. Listen, I wanted to ask
I
you...
can't believe it. They charged me for 7 signed lunches. I never signed for lunches.
How's your eye?
My eye?
You know, from this morning when the guy had you by the throat and I pulled him off of you?
Oh, yeah, my eye. It's fine. No problem.
Well,
Oh, I got him. They charged me for lunch in the 15th. I was in Gloucester in the 15th. I got him. That makes my day.
Well, about what you said, you know,
Excuse me. Could you tell me the way to room 3114?
Yeah, it's 1 floor up, then 1 wing over.
Thank you. Bye.
you said you owed me one.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, it's time to call in the marker.
That was fast.
I gotta move in with you. I got the old eviction notice.
What did you do?
Nothing. He's selling the building.
And you want to move into my apartment?
Just for a few days. You sure your eye's okay? That guy was pretty strong. For drunk, that is.
Wayne, really, man.
You know, my mother called this morning. I told her about the guy strangling you. You know what she said? She said, don't volunteer for anything. You do, and it can only mean trouble.
Trouble.
But I told her, I said, what are friends for if you can't count on them in a pinch, huh?
Listen, Wayne,
So what
I
do you
don't
say?
anything else, okay? It's just that I'm a very picky person. I'm a real stickler when it comes to order and neatness. Just a couple of days, okay?
1 week at the most. I'm gonna go back to my place, pick up a few things. I'll be by your place about 7. Beacon Street, right?
Yeah. 1295, apartment 3. I'm gonna work till 10, so here are the keys.
Thanks, Victor. We're even. Dead flat even. I mean, the slate is wiped completely clean.
I hope so.
You're the cat's pajamas. I love you, pal.
Hi, boys. I'm Dee. It is 42 degrees outside and cloudy. Won't these daisies cheer you up? Will you look at who I'm in here with? 2 of the handsomest men. Now, I want to know who you are and how your stay has been so far. You first. Name?
Neil Dubrock.
And how's your stay been, Neil?
Lousy.
I know. And how about you, handsome?
He's Wally Minivan. He's lousy, too.
I know how you feel. Checkers, magazines, TV, no fun. Well, we are going to change all that. Okay, boys, enjoy.
Dr. Stringer, 1214.
Hi. This yours?
No, it was here when I came in.
It's a stiff.
What?
He's dead.
You're right. Oh, listen, did you get your stuff moved into my apartment?
Yeah, that'd be nice to get off old Morrison's couch for a while. That's like sleeping on marshmallows there.
Your back must be killing you.
Yeah, I'm used to it. I've logged up a lot of hours on the couch the last couple of years.
Separating can be very difficult.
No, it's inconvenient. Little things like laundry. I did this shirt in the sink last night.
Well, listen, if there's anything like that I can do for you, just say so.
See you later, Joe.
Oh, wait. Do you want dinner?
No, I wish I could, but tonight's my night to see the kids.
Well, I'll hold it for you, okay? Okay.
Your stiff's on the move. Mr. Gillaforte, there you are.
Mrs. Rowan's bile duct disease is indicated by intermittent jaundice. She also has colic stools and dark urine.
What about Charcot's fever?
We haven't seen any evidence of that yet. Dr. Armstrong, will you check for distinguishing factors?
Lift up slightly, please. Breathe in and out. Once again, in and out. There's a palpable gallbladder and a positive Murphy sign.
That's common in this particular disease.
Mrs. Rowand, have you ever had jaundice before?
Enough times. I'm beginning to look like a ripe banana.
Do you have pain?
The right side of my belly and here on my shoulder.
How about any fever?
I feel flushed.
There's a decreased absorption of vitamin K, which can cause bleeding tendencies. Excuse me.
Oh.
Dr. Oshlander, you all right?
You need any help?
I've got everything under control.
Let me help you up.
Thank you.
Examined Daniel, despite his protestations.
The remission is over?
Only thing I know for sure is that he's in a great deal of pain.
We played tennis this morning. He beat the pants off me.
We've all tried to be supportive of his various alternate therapies, but you know as well as I do that marlin fishing and Chaplin films only do so much good. He's still denying he needs medical treatment.
Daniel has a very strong will.
Donald, he's an old man. How much longer do you think he can tolerate this kind of pain?
Well, what do you recommend he do?
I suggested morphine for the pain. The only thing that's going to shrink the mass and slow the growth of the cancer is chemotherapy. And he won't hear of it.
Well, can I help?
Talk to him.
Okay, I will.
Dr. Westphal?
Yeah, hello, Jack. What's up?
I got a patient, young kid. He got beat up pretty badly. His kidneys aren't responding. I was wondering if you'd take a look at these.
Sure.
I was a mailman for 15 years, but after I heard that, I quit.
Heard what, Mr. Samra?
Now, the report the Postal Service issued was a contingency plan about how we were going to deliver mail after a nuclear war. Oh, no, not me. No, sir. There wouldn't be any mailboxes left, no houses, no streets, and it's hard enough with all those dogs.
Excuse me, Dr. Beale.
Hi, Ellen.
She did it again.
The flasher?
Mm-hmm. She spread-eagled in front of 2 male patients on the 3rd floor.
Oh, my God.
They loved it.
Oh, no trains, no planes, no roads, and you can forget about express mail.
I'll be right with you, Miss Samra.
I think we better find out who she is and stop her now before she waltzes through CCU and causes massive cardiac arrest.
Well, I've been all through this ward, and all our patients are accounted for.
Maybe she's a former patient.
I'll go check the records. See what we've handled in the way of female exhibitionist. I'll be back in a while, Mr. Samrock.
On admission last night, his hematocrit was 45. This morning, 38. Potassium is now 5-0.
And how are his vital signs?
Stable. There's continued hematuria, but without clots.
Well, that left kidney shows complete extravasation on the IVP, and I think surgery is indicated. His parents are here?
Yeah, his father's waiting down the hall.
All right, well, let's talk to him. How old is this boy?
19. Mr. O'Connor?
Oh, hi, Dr. Morrison.
This is Dr. Westfall. I asked him to take a look at Kevin's case.
Oh, so what's going on?
Well, Mr. O'Connor, Kevin's left kidney has stopped functioning properly and bleeding internally. And we feel the best course to take to stop the bleeding is to remove the kidney surgically.
Will he be all right then?
Most people with one kidney live normal lives, yeah.
How soon you got to operate?
Sooner the better. Today, if we can.
There's no other way?
Nope.
Okay, do what you got to do. Just make my kid okay.
We're scheduled for 3. Dr. Lyman to X-ray.
Gentlemen, have I told you what a joy and privilege it is to be working on the same staff with you?
Fiscus, forget it. I'm not helping you move.
Come on, Peter. Everyone knows you love bending over.
It's the one night I got to spend with my kids, Fiscus.
I'll be more than happy to help you, Wayne.
VJ, you're a prince. You got a car?
Yes, two-door.
Hatchback?
No, a Beetle. Very small.
I think Chandler's got a station wagon.
Not anymore. Got sideswiped in the parking lot. I saw him out there beating his head against the front fender.
All right, then here. Call this number.
Mickey Bitkowitz?
Yeah, he'll rent you his truck.
Rent?
Fiscus, there comes a time in every boy's life when he's got to pay for something.
One minute Dr. Oshleimer is standing there, and the next he's doubled up with pain.
8 o'clock, okay?
I should be getting out of here. I don't know. Something I'm going to sort of call and
Hi there.
Can you hold a minute?
No, I don't think you want to do that here. Why don't you come along with me? Come on, let's go.
My husband died here in St. Eligius of apodoma. He bled to death.
I'm sorry.
77 Breckenridge.
What's that?
My address. I assume the police will want to know where I live.
We're not going to call the police, Mrs. Macaluso.
At least not yet.
I have never been in a police station before. I don't think I'd like it.
Me neither. Mrs. Macaluso.
D.
D. Why are you exposing yourself?
Well, you see, a woman's body doesn't have to age, you know? It can sag, or she can get fat, or whatever. But if a woman takes care of her body, it doesn't wrinkle the way her face does. You could put a bag over the head of a 24-year-old girl and a 50-year-old woman, and I'll bet you dollars to donuts you couldn't tell the difference.
I see.
Anyway, this morning, I got up and I looked at myself in the full-length mirror I have attached to the back of my closet door. And I had to smile because, well, you see, I still have a very nice body. Something to be proud of, something to share, something that can still make people happy.
So you decided to cheer up some of our patients.
That's right. It was time to give something back, you see? Hey, I didn't mean anybody any harm.
Of course you didn't.
My husband, Ray, he loved my body. He used to say to me, "You got great knockers, kiddo. Great knockers." And he was right. See?
That's very impressive, Dee.
Nice chain.
Thank you. Anyway, as I was standing there, it's like I could hear my Ray sneaking up behind me to give me a little nibble on the ear. "You got great knockers, kiddo." Did you ever have the urge to let it all hang out?
No, not really.
You're not going to do this again, are you?
Oh, hey, look. I know I caused you a lot of trouble, but you're only 50 once, right? Today is my 50th birthday. I promise I will never do it again.
That's great. Yes, Elisa. All right, I'm on my way up. Gotta run. Happy birthday, Dee.
Thank you.
Yes. Happy birthday. Come on, I'll show you out.
Really, I will never do this again.
I know.
Ellen.
Yeah.
Make sure you remind me about Mrs. Oh, for crying out loud.
Dee, come on. Now, I thought you weren't going to do that anymore. Whatever happened to that promise you made us, huh?
I tried calling your wife.
Catherine's visiting the grandchildren in New York.
Morton Jegley thinks it's time you started chemotherapy.
I'm feeling all right, Donald. Really, I am.
You collapsed in the middle of grand rounds.
I'm not a child to be clucked over and cared for. I'm not an invalid to be whispered about behind my back.
Daniel.
I know better than anyone what's going on inside my body. Please have the decency to pay me that respect. I've treated hundreds of cases like mine before.
Do you think maybe in this case your vision might be a little clouded?
I'm as strong as I ever was. As alert. As capable.
No one's doubting that.
Look, I appreciate your concern.
I know it's terrifying. I know that.
I can face the pain that goes with the injections. The fever, the nausea, the diarrhea that goes along with chemotherapy. But what I hate is that as the chemotherapy kills the cancer, I will grow weaker and weaker. I know I'm running away from it. You saw me on the tennis court this morning. I played as well as ever. Better. Well, I'm not ready to put my life in mothballs. What man wants to cease to function as he chooses? What man wants to hand himself over to such a life?
The bottom line, my friend, is that chemotherapy will buy you time.
Advantage Westfall. I'll do it.
Thank you, Marshal.
None of that, thank you. I've been climbing in and out of bed for almost 70 years without any assistance.
Can't help myself. Guess it must be the Florence Nightingale in me. It's rather late in the day to start chemo, isn't it?
As they say, there's no time like the present.
I'm gonna hydrate you first with normal saline. About 150 cc's an hour, all right?
Fine.
I thought I'd use a 23-gauge needle. It'll hurt less.
You're trying to get on my good side.
You pay 50 cents each hour?
Negotiations got a little stiff.
Oh, no. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Can you move? Back up! Please! Back up! You take it easy, Wayne! Back up! Wayne, take it easy. Just... back off! Wait! Move! No! Here, Wayne. Here. There we go. Come on. No, Wayne, there's somebody behind. What did I pull into? A car wash? Why don't you drive into there and then we can turn it on? Come on! That's right. Easy, easy.
Well, how am I back there?
Turn, turn.
I'm turning.
Oh, the other way, the other way. Oh, hold it. There's a wall back there or something.
Well, then you try it.
I drive a butt, very small.
Hey, looks like you guys got a problem.
Well, it's nothing I can't handle.
You better get out of here, Wayne, or they're gonna kill you.
My name's Dudley. I can get you out of here.
Yeah?
Yeah, no sweat. Just cost you $3.28.
$3.28.
Price of a bottle of MD 2020.
Come on, boys, let's move it. You got a deal, Quaker. Slide over. And pray.
You sure about this, Wayne?
Don't you worry, fellas.
No,
I'll get
I'm
you
not.
out of here in no time.
up again. Should I come back later?
Oh, no. Please come in. Sit down. Thank you, Nod. They're hovering over me.
How are you feeling?
Cancer hurts.
I'm so sorry.
I think it was Oscar Wilde who said, God spare me the physical pain, and I'll take care of the moral pain myself. I'm only glad Catherine can't see me like this. Catherine paints, you know. Her experiments with light and color were like explosions on the canvas.
Did she ever have a showing? At a gallery, I mean?
Oh, no. She revels in her amateur standing. She paints for the simple joy of it. If you were to come out to the house and admire one of her pieces, chances are you'd go home with it under your arm.
Sounds like a terrific lady.
She is. So much energy, so full of life. You don't want to be a burden to her. Recognize the chemotherapeutic side effect of depression, in this case, Dr. Cavanero?
Yes.
Me too. And for subjecting you to that, my apologies.
You have every right to be angry.
A liver specialist should know better. What have you decided to do about the Woodhouse Fellowship?
I turned it down.
Well, there'll be others. When the time is right, you'll take it.
I should be going.
Oh, Annie, would you do me a favor, please?
Anything.
Tomorrow, I'm going home for a few days to rest. And I know you're overloaded at present. But could you keep an eye on my patients for me?
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I'll get some sleep now.
Mr. Connor, Kevin's operation's going along just fine.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd hang around till I finished up.
Could be a while.
That's okay.
Dr. Morrison says you live in Southie.
Yeah, that's right.
Gil Filman's bar still on Nolan Street?
Yeah.
Gus still running it?
Gus's boy. How do you know Gil Phillips?
Used to live down there years ago.
No kidding. You grew up in Boston?
Alston.
Oh. You remember the gate in the brickworks?
No.
Washington Street. I used to work there. They knocked it down about 10 years ago. Now it's all apartments for college kids. Used to be a ballroom up around there somewhere.
The Ashland.
Ashland, yeah, I forgot the Ashland ballroom. Used to take my wife up there Saturday nights. She dropped dead on me a couple of years ago.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's why this whole business with Kevin is...
I understand it.
Used to be some town, Boston, huh?
Still pretty good.
Yeah, but it used to be great. You remember when Curly was mayor?
James Michael himself?
James Michael himself.
Wasn't he re-elected once when he was on trial for some mail fraud, wasn't it? And they convicted him.
Yeah. Ran the city from his jail cell.
That's right.
Sure was good to his own kind, I'll say that for him.
A lot of people loved him.
Well, I'll tell you something, Doc. If Curly was still running things, guys like me wouldn't be out of work. Ain't any work out there anyway. Not unless, of course, your skin's the color of coal. What do you say, Doc? You got a job at the hospital for a guy like me?
I'll tell you what, if we build a new wing, I'll let you know.
Right. You got a deal. Listen, I'm gonna beat it down to the coffee shop. Can I get you anything?
No, thanks.
Hey, get a load of this. Look at this. No, they got them in suits. What next?
Fiscus!
Hi, Victor. Long night, huh?
Would you like some chicken parts, Victor? They do chicken right.
No. Wait a minute. I thought you said you weren't going to bring a lot of stuff.
I tried, Victor. Really, I did. I got rid of what I could. You know, you should see the stuff I tossed.
What about him?
Oh, him, that's Studley. He and VJ helped me move in. He'll be up soon. You should meet him.
I'm going to be on call in 3 hours. When I wake up, I want him out from under my board and out of my apartment.
That's not very hospitable, Victor. Dudley is a war veteran.
Doesn't smell very pretty, does it?
That's not the chicken. It's Dudley.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Must have been a full moon last night.
Wee-oo.
What's your favorite month? I don't know. I kind of like October.
What a creative thing to do with a pumpkin. But my heart still belongs to February.
Let me see.
But it's so short, not in a leap year.
On second thought, would you take a look at December?
Every day would be Christmas.
Where do you think we should stick it?
Oh, well,
I don't know. How about over here?
Hey, you guys, get out here. I got severe facial lacerations and contusions. Put him in cubicle number 2. Also send for a suture trim. Set up a facial and skull series. His jaw may be broken.
Okay, we got a gunshot wound in the upper right thigh. I'll take care of this one right away. IV-deprived black-headed ringers. Then type in across 3 units of whole blood, admission labs, neurovascular check, and X-ray. Stat.
what happened to these guys?
Street fight. Some Patty's junkies.
I love urban living.
Second-degree laceration in his left forearm. Put a pressure dressing on. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Hold on, here I am. I can't see. Okay, prepare an eye tray and have Scotty irrigate his right eye, okay? Oh, get your hand down, sir. Get your hand down.
Flowers, they must have thought I'd died. Tell you what, you can send them to the children's ward, except these. They go with me.
All right.
Decided to go home, did you?
For a few days. I'll let Catherine fuss over me. She gets in this afternoon.
Hop in.
I think not.
Hospital rules.
It's my rule. I can break it. Why the long faces? See you in a few days.
Few days.